Hey guys, it's Melissa. Make sure you guys check me out on melinspires.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mel Talks. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So like I said, we do things like meditation. Meditation is just so good because it teaches us how to let our minds be still. If we're constantly in a state of fear, we have to have time for our bodies to heal. I was watching a documentary last night on Netflix. It's called Heal, and they were talking about that. If we're constantly in a state of fear, our body never has time to heal. All that medication and Western medicine, is good for trauma. If you get in a car accident and you need surgery, excellent. You sick now and it's severe to the point where you might die, take your ass to the doctor. But as far as your mental health, and even if it's something like taking care of your body so that you don't get sick, that starts from the inside. A lady on there was talking about how she did everything right. She did yoga, she ate, she was a vegan, she did all of that and still got cancer. But it's because something was missing from the piece of her puzzle. She was still holding in all these different emotions and trauma and anger and resentment and just all this stuff from childhood and growing up and even in her adulthood. And that stuff manifests in your organs. So even if you're healthy and even if you're doing the right thing in that aspect, you have to make sure that you're releasing any of that negative energy, whether it's spiritual or emotional, whatever the case may be. You have to have some outlet of release and peace of mind. Sometimes we think that stuff is not affecting us, and all we're doing is repressing it. I was telling somebody that earlier. We were talking about something and like, no, none of that affects me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you think it doesn't affect you because you've taken it and you shoved it so far down that you think it has no effect on you and you're not being triggered. But the truth is, when similar situations and similar environments present themselves that put you back in that state, you're triggered subconsciously. And that's why you feel like you got to do certain things in your life, or you feel some type of way, or you feel angry and you don't know why. It's because you're triggered by subconscious things that have happened to you in the past that you've repressed. And all this anger, I got to go have a drink, I got to smoke, I got to do this. Any way to take the edge off and not allowing yourself to feel through that pain, to feel through that grief, that's just repression. I got to the point where, before I felt so bad that I didn't want to feel bad no more. I would do anything to take away the pain, the anger, the depression. When really, I just had to let myself feel through that so I can understand it, so I can learn from it, so I can allow my body to heal. You cannot heal, your body cannot physically heal an emotional state of chaos. When you have all this stuff pinned up inside of you, then that's where all your energy is going. Your body doesn't have enough energy to heal. So you have this anxiety, you have this cancer, you have this diabetes, you have these chronic headaches, you have these random rashes, you have these autoimmune diseases because we give ourselves no time to heal from the inside out. We just cover it up. We cover up the symptoms, we take medication, we drink, we smoke, and those help the symptoms temporarily. But if you don't go back to the root and find out what is this caused by, every part of your body is connected. How can you think that one thing can happen to one part of your body and it's not being affected by all other parts? It all works together from the gut, from the mind, and it all is interrelated. So something that you might be holding in your stomach, your gut, your kidneys, your liver, like grief and anger and resentment, is going to manifest physically. And that's when it comes out. They was like, oh, well, what about kids that are born with disease or born with certain sicknesses? And the honest answer is, we don't know. We don't know exactly how karma works, or how, past energy works, or how the definite of it works. But I do know is that if you were to look at your life and the times that you got sick, or the times that you got certain diseases or sicknesses, and when it occurred in your life, you can start to see different patterns, And everybody serves a certain purpose. That's another thing. When a child is born sick, or a child is born with a certain disability, the course of that, not only that child's life is going to change, but the course of their parents, the course of their family. and how they contribute to the world might be different than how you and I contribute to the world. But the fact is, they're still contributing. You don't know how pieces of their lives, how that child's life is going to change somebody else's life. Not that it's a sacrifice, but everything that happens in the world is happening the way that it's happening for a reason. When you see television shows, you see movies, and you see how they go back in time and they say, oh, if we change this one single thing, that's going to change how the entire world is. We have to think about that deeper. That's because every little thing that's happening at every single time has the ability and the potential to affect everything else that's going on around it. That's the way the world works. That's the way we're all connected. And I don't care if you don't believe in the Bible or the Quran or religion, but spirituality in every religion tells you that we're all connected in some kind of way. It's nothing that you can do in isolation that won't affect somebody else somehow, some way. And that's what makes me more conscious of what I'm doing, and it makes me more intentional about the decisions I make and how I want to live in this world, because I know that my energy and my spiritual energy is constantly being put out into the world and constantly affecting other people. And I want to be the one that affects other people positively in the best way I can. Not even just other people, all the energy that is this world, that is the universe, that is connected to God, that is of God. We all have to impact it in some type of way. So what is going to be your impact? What's going to be your contribution? And how can you fulfill your potential if you don't work on yourself from the inside out? If you don't start to deal with that anger and that grief and that sadness, you gotta let yourself feel it. It's a scary place. It hurts. It's painful, and it's scary. But if you don't allow yourself to feel through it, you're going to keep experiencing the same thing over and over. You're going to keep being triggered by the same stuff over and over again, and you're not going to get to the next stage of development, not only in your mind, but your body, and even spiritually. Because that's the most important thing at the end of the day, is your spirit, is your place in this world. And if you don't do the things that you're meant to do in this world, because you're being held back by all of these emotions and everything else, what's the point? What's the point of any of it? So I'm just asking y'all to start to work on some of those hard feelings, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to feel through things, to, let go of the distractions, to let go of the things that are holding you back, that are only temporary relief, so that you can start to move, so that you can start to progress and be who God wants you to be. Be who you need you to be. Be who your kids need you to be. Be who the world needs you to be. Because your energy is here for a reason. You're here for a reason. And if you don't fulfill that reason, you're going to be the one left with regret.